on, guys.
All right. All right. You can come home with me if you want.
Oh! That's very nice. You just said I could come
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Phil Collins. Come on, let's let him know he's welcome here. There you go. Phil, great to have you here.
Thank you.
OK, and now you've not been in the public eye for a while now. I think it was about 6 years ago that you kind of edged away. I think you said you were retiring back then.
Yes, I did say that.
OK.
But that's, you know, that's the only thing I could say to sort of stop. You know, I just wanted... I was an oil tanker and I needed to stop. So I said I wasn't going to work anymore. I got a bit fed up with it. Frankly, I had 2 young kids and I just wanted to be a dad, you know.
But you retired once before, so you've retired twice now, so we just can't trust you, Phil.
No. Don't believe anything I say, including anything I say tonight.
OK. So
I just said I wanted to come home with you, you know.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
You're a terrible flirt.
Mum and Dad would be thrilled.
I've met Joe now a couple of times. He's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy.
You were in Newport with him the other day, weren't you?
Yeah. Shh.
He came on a chopper, I came in a bus.
OK, Phil, remarkable career, OK? I said some of the statistics there, and it's incredible.
Well, thank you.
But before your solo career, of course, with Genesis, and
yes.
that was also incredible success. You were, you know, one of the leading bands in the world, and you kind of, if people aren't familiar with this, Genesis fans will know, of course, but you weren't the frontman originally, and you kind of became the frontman almost by accident, didn't you?
Yeah. When nobody else wanted the job. I mean, you know, we auditioned and I really didn't want to be the singer. I really didn't want to be the singer. But we couldn't find anybody else that we wanted in the family. That was the thing. So you know, I said, oh, well, I'll have a go. And gradually it kind of took shape.
So what was it like the first time? Gabriel's gone, you're now the frontman. What was it like the first gig where you had to carry the gig as the lead person, essentially?
Yeah, I was more terrified about what to talk about between songs, because Peter had this thing, you know, and he would tell his funny stories or his surreal stories, and that really wasn't me, you know. I just, hello. And the next song is about... I eventually kind of finessed it a little bit so that I, you know, said, hello, everybody. The next song is about... I got more comfortable with it.
And so with that solo career of yours, what an incredible period, hit after hit, huge success. Heaven knows how much money you made, but the money wasn't really the focus. It wasn't what was driving you, was it? It wasn't to have that success.
No. It was nice. No, it wasn't the thing that drove it. Yeah, that was kind of, you know, I always viewed myself as going forward and someone throwing money in a bucket. I really didn't.
That was
know.
something that was happening afterwards. It was happening behind you, and it wasn't what was driving.
And this is, when I did the book, I finally realised just how much I worked.
This is Phil's book. Now, it's not the breeziest title. Not Dead Yet is what it's called. Okay?
Yeah.
Not Dead Yet. And that's what you're calling your tour coming up as well.
Not Dead Yet Live.
Yeah. But you were saying...
Slightly different. Slightly
you were
different.
saying, so it was in the writing of the book that... And I guess you were examining what happened.
I mean, well, because... you know, I did it with Craig McLean, who was a journalist friend of mine, and I needed help, you know, because it was such a dense life. But we'd tap up, you know, what did you do? A Trick of the Tail tour, you know, 6 months away, 5 months away, 3 weeks off, 5 months away, 2 weeks off, you know, back home for the birth of your son. You know, your dad died, 72. OK, a week off, go to back. You know, it was like unbelievable, and it was quite scary to look at, because I was just doing it.
Yeah.
And, of course, I had Genesis, and towards the late 70s, I had my own career as well.
So you missed out on a lot of things in your life that maybe you now wish, I guess, you had more time to be there for and be present.
Yeah. Or no. No, of course there was times. I mean, I'm now at an age where I live with my children, which is, you all take it for granted, but when you've been doing what I've been doing all my life, it's actually a rarity. And so I live with my 2 young boys, and I'm part of their lives. I wasn't able to do that with my oldest 3. And, this is a fun show. I don't want to drag it down into the morose, but it was hard, And...
Do you like Toblerone, Phil?
You see. Now, you've always been quite open, I think, and at the same time, you've always had a rough ride. You were an easy person to make jokes about.
I know you were.
And I know.
I know I was.
Yeah. But I know this because I make jokes about Phil. And Phil spoke to me and said, why do you make jokes with me at the punchline? And I said, you know what, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you don't deserve
and
it.
I appreciate that honesty, actually.
But you were kind of an easy... I think it's because you were so successful.
Yeah.
And because you were easygoing. And it's a weird thing, but it must have hurt. It must have been bad for you.
Well, it rankles. Of course it does. I mean, I certainly understood, writing this, that I was annoying. I mean, I'm not to the people that liked what you do, but to the people that were just on the periphery. Jesus, Phil Collins. If I hear Sussudio, You Can't Hurry Love, Against All Odds, Groovy Kind of Love, Separate Lives, One More Time.
Yeah. You were everywhere, though, weren't you? I mean, that's the thing, I guess. You were fairly hard to avoid if people wanted to.
But I will say, in my defence, I only wrote the song once. You know what I mean?
We kept playing them.
I wrote the song once and I recorded it once. After that, it's out of my control. Yeah. Thank God the disc jockeys played it because I can buy a house in Miami. But the fact is that I only did it once.
Yeah. You were almost like the in-house, by royal approval, favourite of Prince Charles and Diana, weren't you?
Yeah.
And you knew them both fairly well, I guess?
Well, we didn't go out for curries or nothing, but... I mean, I played at his 40th. I arranged his 40th birthday, and I played at her 30th.
And she was...
And I played a completely insensitive set of Separate Lives. Doesn't anybody stay together anymore? I mean, I just... It was like I didn't know they were splitting up.
Maybe that's what did it for them. Maybe it was your set list that night.
Could have been,
But you see, it doesn't surprise me, you talked earlier about this schedule you had, this crazy work schedule, but here you're doing Prince's Trust, or you're doing birthday parties for people, but you're Phil Collins, you know what I mean? You're playing stadiums on your own, and then you're doing someone's birthday party. It does seem like you almost couldn't say no to anyone.
Well, you couldn't say no to Prince Charles, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to a Michael Jackson show at Wembley, and I was sitting behind him in the Prince, because I was a Prince's Trust trustee. And when Michael Jackson was playing something, and he turned around to me and said, I'd like something like this at my party. Will you organise it? And you think, yeah. Of course, sir, yeah.
You didn't organise Michael Jackson for the party, though, did you?
No. I just found people that could play Michael Jackson songs.
Yeah. Now, Phil is not the only talented drummer in the room right now. and John Thompson is also... You're a very gifted drummer, John. At least that's what you've told me.
Yeah, I have told you, but in the past I have.
How long have you drummed for?
I've been playing 35 years.
35 years, which is nothing compared to Phil's 60.
60? I'm a junior. I'm an apprentice.
Yeah. And I wonder whether you'd like to play... We thought we'd have a drum quiz for Phil.
OK.
And get you, if you don't mind. I'm going to give you a list of some popular drum solos to play here. So if you want to go over... If you want to hear it for John Thompson, ladies and gentlemen...
Yes!
He's going to go and get himself installed behind the drum kit. OK, John. Yeah. So, John, if you put the headphones on, we're going to play John. We're going to tell him what the track is and give him a guide. and he's going to play a very famous drum fill, I think they're called. And then, guys, you can tell me whether you can recognise the track and the artist, OK?
OK.
No, John! We're still chatting over it. We're still chatting. I know, we haven't finished chatting yet. He's so keen for it. Oh. John, take it away. Here we go. So, OK. John, lovely. Don't get carried away.
Sorry?
It's not a gig.
Okay.
So was that Phil or not Phil?
It's John Thompson.
Yeah, no, it's OK.
It sounded like it could have come from quite a lot of songs, to say the truth. Yeah.
Well, Phil, did you know what that was from?
It wasn't me.
No.
Wasn't a Queen thing or something.
No.
I thought it was like We Will Rock You, but a bit faster.
No. Here, let's hear it. This is the actual track, and you'll hear he did a good job. That's the point of the game.
Who was it?
It was Aerosmith with Run DMC.
Oh, OK.
Walk this way. OK, so, here we go. This is another one. Have a listen to this. Is this Phil or not Phil? Phil or not Phil? They're saying Phil, OK.
I don't think it was me.
I'm going to go with the fact that Phil's next
Well,
to
that's
me.
why you're not going to go first, Phil. You give them too big a
I'm
clue.
sorry. OK, it might have been me.
You can change your mind, Joe?
I think it's EastEnders.
I think it's...
It was EastEnders. To be fair, you didn't have the electric
No,
drums.
to be fair, it wasn't exactly like EastEnders.
Yeah. Let's have another one. Let's have another one. Here we go. Phil or not Phil? Take it away, John. Yeah, Phil.
That's an orange band in Belfast, isn't it? Well, let me think about that.
Probably the most famous drum sound of all time, I think.
Yeah.
It's one of the most in popular music, for sure. That is.
EastEnders.
That was, of course. Let's hear the original. This is In the Air Tonight. Have a listen. Why do gorillas love that so much?
I don't know.
Okay, let's have another. Should we have another one from John, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. Go on, John, take it away. He's just warming up. They're getting better. OK, don't say anything, Phil. Don't look at Phil, Jimmy. He's so good. You're really... Jimmy's sort of a cheating. As soon as it finishes, he looks straight at Phil to see if there's any recognition. And then pretends he's not. OK, guys, what do you think?
Can we do a different instrument?
No, well, that's... It is hard.
I think it's Phil.
It is.
What? Why are you giving the answer so early? The whole game has collapsed now. The whole game has collapsed. You haven't helped. You're cheating. You don't even want to hear drums. OK, what was the song? Let's hear it. Phil, did you get that as one of yours?
I think so, yeah.
Which one was it, do you know?
Easy Lover.
Let's do one more. There's one more to be the last one, because I particularly like this piece. So here you go. John, if you're ready, we'll make this the last one. This is everything to play for. You get this right, you all get one of those airport-sized Toblerones to take home. OK, so there's everything to play for. OK, so...
All right, pay attention, boy.
So prick up your ears, as they once said. Take it away, John Thompson. Faye? Yes, you got it. Breaking something to 150. Of course, you got it as well. Let's have a listen. OK, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Thompson. John, how about that?